As Aaron explains, voice acting has been a thing for over 100 years or so, with cartoons and radios being the most prevalent in the beginning. Everyone's watched a cartoon in their childhood, and there's always that one movie with a super dramatic scene, and there's an unseen narrator explaining what's going on in the background. That's voice acting. Voice acting surrounds us today, whether it's through video games, animations, radios, and there's even a voice for e-learning now. It's a huge industry, and it's not going away anytime soon. Would you rather listen to a robot explain to you the course material or talk to your player in a video game? Or would you rather have a human voice that you can make a personal connection with? There's a lot of different jobs in voice acting, and I'm going to focus on e-learning, animation, and radios. E-learning has been increasing in popularity, especially due to this pandemic. All of us students are learning from home through online courses, and a lot of students' grades are dropping. According to Voices.com, which is a voice talent acting agency, there's in their 2019 trends for future marketing, there's a 10.4% increase in voice acting for education, and it's predicted to be a $200 billion industry by 2024. It's really popular, so if somebody wanted to go into e-learning, voice acting will most likely be in high demand. It's also really important to be able to learn. Students have a mixture of learning styles, one of which is auditory learning. So it's very difficult to learn if it's a monotone voice or anything. According to Stephanie Ciccarelli from Voices.com, the best e-learning voices are ones that sound like our peers. They're natural and they create a connection. These students respond better to people who are around the same age, and it's easier to learn if it's something more engaging. And voice actors with teaching experience are more in demand for this since they already know how to engage the students in this way. While children are learning online, it may help with them to have an animation like a cartoon. Animation is one of the most well-known voice acting there is. They're very in demand. So cartoons are important for kids. Silent cartoons aren't very engaging. Kids don't really accept them. So according to Chelsea Liu and Philip Elms from Association for Learning Technology, voice acting is important in cartoons, especially for learning, because it helps to introduce storylines and engage the child a lot easier than if you were just watching somebody write on the board. So it helps the children to pay attention. Anime is another common animation, but it's geared more towards adults, and it's a very different voice acting technique, especially if it's an English dub. According to Anna Matamala in the book Voiceover, Practice, Research, and Future Prospects, if there is an English dub, it's important for the first and last word in the original language to be heard, and if that's not possible, to at least have the beginning or the end heard before the dub, because it helps increase its authenticity. Also, if there's an action where a character will mutter something or exclaim something like shrugging their shoulders and saying, "oh," every time they shrug, it's important the English dub version understands that and does it in their own way, or else it looks really weird when you're watching it. Although TV is a huge part of our lives, we also listen to the radio while we're driving, or we'll have it in the background for our pets or something. And for radio, uniqueness is very important. According to Jennifer Vaughn, which is a radio personality herself, it's important not to have the regular guy sound, because that's what all the ads use, and it's very easy to be drowned out if you speak like that. She refers to the voice you want as a goddess voice, because it's unique and it draws people in, but it also needs to be able to sound conversational and casual. There's many different jobs, and they all have different techniques. It's not exactly the easiest job, and since it's acting, it's not very steady unless you're already well known, but it's a very big, high demand industry, and there's a lot of different types that have a lot of different techniques that you need to learn. It's also important that they have the right equipment and know the right techniques and styles to become successful, and Phil will explain how to be a successful voice actor.